Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, my fleet carrier, my first look, and so far I like it. I think I can work with it.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged. Frameshift drive charging.
As you probably recognized, I've called the fleet carrier back close to Sothis mining. And so it's in its ramp up period.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Please make sure you look to the bottom right and select that subscribe button and click that. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps me in the future with YouTube. I'm far away from the minimum number of subscribers necessary for YouTube, but eventually it'll probably help me out. Now, under the video in the description, there's ways to donate. If you can, please donate. That will help me out now with this high cost of producing all these videos, and really appreciate it. Underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube page, GFM_RDG, where there's over 500 more videos of all kinds of topics. It's really what I have done for the past 3 months in the game and over 1,100 more hours. I've got over 2,100 hours, and I've just added another 1,100 since January, and I've been playing for about 8 months. And so you see about everything. I have 2 elite statuses. I have one in trade and one in explorer, and I'm competent of 18% in the live game, 17% here in the beta, because the beta is as of March the 26th. So where I started out with 6.3 billion, which definitely was not enough, I have 8.5 billion in my live game, and I suggest you try to get around 10 billion. It matters really what you want to do with it. For me, it's just a home base. So I don't have, well, I have all the services except for Armory, and I'm fixing to add that one. And I don't have all the commodities and the ships and the outfitting, and I brought all of my 72 stored modules over to the fleet carrier, and I brought my 3 ships, the original Sidewinder, my Cutter, and my Python, and I like it. I really do. So far, I like it. So maybe a 4 out of 5 because there's a few little things, but overall, I like it. Is this left? And I've had 2 jumps so far with it, and I've almost got a full tank because I run these Tritium cargo missions, and it's paying to fill up the ship and add a little bit more credits. Now, I'm not going to grind for the 13 days, no, but I want to fill up the fuel tank. I want to add some to the 25,000 cargo. So just to really experience it. That's what I'm trying to do. And we've been interdicted once, we might be interdicted again, and we have to be ready to move off. And because of the superpowers that pirates have, they can pop in behind you, they can zip across the system in milliseconds. Our last video showed how they could just zip across in milliseconds across the system. And so they have superpowers, powers that the rest of us do not have. And I think this is going to be another $40 million or million credit run. It's amazing where you can make 40 million in a single run. So it might not be quite that much, but it's quite a bit.
Pleasure to have you at this federal station, Commander.
Sis left. But I will certainly be buying one of these in June. Absolutely.
Access approved. You
Ah,
are
lock
going
'em.
for approach to pad 20. Automated docking confirmed.
Now they could lower the upkeep costs a little bit, and that would be nice. But either way, if I have to grind a little bit, I will. I think I'm at 8.5, like I had mentioned in the live game. I think I really need to be over 10 million or 10 billion when I purchase, and then try to get it back to 10 billion after that. So I need to grind a little bit. And I'm not really good at asteroid mining, and the forums people are not having a whole lot of luck with the asteroid mining, but I'm having a ton of luck with tritium cargo missions. Now there's not a ton of them, but the ones that they are,
Landing gear
you
deployed.
can make a ton of credits. So I'm happy with that.
Landing sequence completed. Ground crew have been dispatched.
As long as the price of Tetrium stays high, these missions will stay high too. But even if it dropped to like 90 from 42,000 to say 50 to 90, that would be fine too. Because then we could go back to gold and palladium, and that would be fine. But 21 million for 120 units, and my Python can take 280 units. Yeah, it's about 40 million a load. So if I wasn't doing videos, it'd only take 15-20 minutes to run them. So this has been awesome. I can certainly cover the costs just doing some missions. Okay. We're at 259 million. We don't have a whole lot here. We're not really trying to grind a ton of credits, just enough to kind of play around with. Is this right? Is this right? Because like they said, what you make in beta will stay in beta. So we understand that. Is this up? Is this up? Is this left? And the fleet carrier is in a neighboring it's in that weird GUIA where the little tab thing is, and it's coming back to Sothis, next to Sothis Mining. Because it went to the star the first time because I couldn't hit the system map, and many were saying that, but lately, if I can do it with a ship, then I can do it with the fleet carrier. So it seems to be working better now. Okay, the next jump is Sothis Mining. Now, what I really like, sis right, is this carrier management. I like that. 45 minutes, the fleet carrier, isn't it sweet? The fleet carrier should be back here. And then it has an hour cooldown. So it has an hour build up and then an hour cooldown. So we'll be here waiting for it. So let's get going to Sothis Mining. I'm very pleased with it. Sis left. We have one mission that has to be filled in 22 and a half hours, so we're good. Happy, happy, happy.
Landing gear retracted.
Pads attached complete. Go for departure.
Because at the moment I'm only carrying cargo missions that include our delivery of tritium. That's it. If it's not carrying tritium, at the moment I'm not carrying it. So that keeps the number down. Like around 3 is the most I've stacked. I probably would have stacked more. I'm not saying everything's perfect. There's some minor things they need to fix besides the universal cartographics, and they really need to add that. That's kind of a major.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And a better way to transfer tritium from the cargo into the fuel tank would be nice, and to link jumps. And there might be a way to link jumps, I just don't know how to do it, if there is. I haven't gotten that far yet. This is my first day to ever see it. But I like it. I want to keep it. But I know it's still a month and a half, or a little over a month and a half probably, maybe even 2 months before I get to actually own one. And I'm looking forward to it. And my ships are all cobalt except for the Sidewinder, and I don't care about that one. With side fins and spoilers in the back, and I hope I can do the same thing with the fleet carrier, kind of uniform across the board where they all look the same. The cobalt out in space and on planets look awesome with it glistens and sparkles and all of that. In the hangar it doesn't look as well, but out in space it looks great. So I want to continue that. I think I'm using the cyan exhaust, and probably do the same with the fleet carrier. Need to check out the last video because we had it go into hyperspace, and I was here in the Python watching it. That was pretty amazing. I really enjoyed that, watching it from the outside. I was hoping from the inside you could use the management view, and you can until about a second before, and then it shuts off. So they don't let you see the whole thing. It says left. That's the best picture, is the management view. So that's a suggestion too, that they let you see all the way through the launch on that management view. I know it's simple, but a little thing, but yeah, it'd be cool. But I'm impressed. And there's a few little glitches, but yeah, overall. Sys view. But I got glitches in my voice attack app, and I got glitches in my Oculus Rift S, and none of this stuff is without glitches. And I'm definitely not an apologist. And see, it sticks. The throttle sticks, and that drives me crazy. So it's still broken. make sure you press that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Helps me with YouTube, especially in the future, because I'm far from the minimum subscribers that YouTube requires. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps me, and you get informed when I produce new videos. And lately, with all the new content, that's a good thing. Sis left. Sis left.
Docking request granted.
So it's good to be informed, because we have the fleet carriers now, and by the end of the year we're supposed to have space legs and personal planetary bases. It all sounds good. That's all awesome content. And I will be trying to collect all of it. That's why we grind. I have, again, 8.5 billion at the moment in my live game. And I've spent most of it on the fleet carrier in the beta, because I only had 6.3 as of March 26, and that's the instance that they copied. So it's enough to play with it. I do need to add the armory, and I have to actually be on the fleet carrier to add a service. So when it gets here, I can do that.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Still trying to get used to this new little screen thing. But yep, I'm pretty happy. I don't think I've even hit the universal cartographics. Yeah, I had 82,000 in there. Go ahead and hit that. Now you have to be over 20 plus light years from the place you scanned. Let's see if there's any new ones. There's certainly not enough of them, put it that way, of tritium. Sis left. We have 120 going to Brunel, and it's 21 million. So how about we do that one, since we don't really got anything else. And it'll take a little bit for the fleet carrier to get here. Why don't we go ahead and run that one? And Tritetium is 42,000. They have 623 supply. So when we get back, we'll probably load 280 of that for the ship, or for the fleet carrier. Is this right? See where the fleet carrier is. It's 35 minutes away, because it'll jump in 35 minutes. So let's take care of this one. Sis left. It's going over here to Brunel. See, normally I wouldn't carry one like that, but when it's 22 mil or 20 over 21 million for one, 120 units? Yeah. That's pretty good. I like that. And yes, I could pick up some gold and some silver and stuff like that, but
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
and we're not actually grinding,
Frameshift drive
because what we make in beta stays in beta. So it doesn't go over to our live game, so we're not pushing too hard. But we got 12 more days of beta.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Now I'm close to going back to the Prepare For mini-series that we were doing. Because we need to add credits to our live game for June. So I'm getting close to it when I can't really think of much more that I want to do with the fleet carrier, because it's a personal base, personal traveling base is what it's for me, with all my stuff on it. All my ships are on it, all my stored. Oh boy, he got away from me. Sometimes they get away from you. And I hate it when they go under the ship, because I can't see them. See, the cockpit on this one should be been on the nose. I know it wouldn't look like a Python if it did, because that's what it gets its name, because it kind of looks like one. Yep, we got another one. I mean, I expect the pirates to get viral. Because we're carrying tritetium, which is 42,000 per unit. So I expect it. If you ever get knocked out of Super Cruise during one of these interdictions, punch it complete max and boost as often as you can. You can even like move up and down, right and left, and use the heat sinks to cool your ship down to get back into Super Cruise, to start it all over again, to get interdicted again, because it's based on Super Cruise runs. So if you get out of Super Cruise and you get back in Super Cruise, it all starts up again. Is this left? Yeah, those panels keep my controllers from working. So that's never good. I don't like it when they get behind me. The yellow ones. I'd rather move down and just take them on, because I don't like to be pushed up into the planet. Is this left?
DeLacy, Romeo Golf, India. Station services are prepped for your arrival. Greetings, Commander. Request approved. Vectoring for approach to landing pad 03. Docking assist enabled. Approach is clear.
I want to thank all of those that have subscribed and donated to our channel, and those that have watched much of the videos, because I get analytics, and we've had over 2,000 separate individuals to watch our videos, and we're very honored that you would watch them. I know I don't have the best TV radio voice by far, but you still watch, and I really appreciate that. I try to keep the videos in informational and educational, and hopefully you find some entertainment with them, especially in this COVID-19 era. And if you succeed and be able to get a fleet carrier when you wouldn't have if you didn't watch the videos,
Thrusters off on ground surfaces.
then I have done my job. So, I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. So this is the last Tritium mission that we have. And it's like 21 million. Yeah, 21 million just for one cargo mission, which is crazy. We're up to 280 million. And I think we got 114 million on the fleet carrier. And we had 6.3 billion, but fleet carrier ate about all of it up. Is this right? I like that we can check on the fleet carrier. It will jump in 26 minutes. And it will be near Sothis mining. Is this left? So we need to get back to Sothis mining to greet the ship, or greet the fleet carrier. It is a ship, it's a mega ship. Since you cannot just go from one planet to another, because it was orbiting the sun, and I wanted it over here by the Sothis mining, you can't, since it doesn't have super cruise, it can't just come over here. You have to go to another system and then back. So you see down there, oops, let's hit this again. You see down here where the fleet carrier's there, and it will be here, so it's not too far. It's only 10 light years away, but that's to make our U-turn, because you got to go to another system and then back, and that's the closest one. So that's the reason for our madness. I do have a few claims, but they seem not to want to take them. Alright, last time I checked, they didn't want to take them. And they still don't want to take them. They do have an encoded material trader here. Watch some of my material trader videos. Those are pretty good. Okay, let's get back to Sothis mining before the fleet carrier gets there. Because that's what these videos are about. It's the fleet carrier beta testing.
Landing gear
but I want you to see as much of it as possible. That's why we're doing these videos. And check out the video from about a week ago when an anaconda was in front of us inside inside a station, and the security forces inside the station just unloads and blows him all to pieces. So in my YouTube channel, put in the search anaconda destroyed.
Golf, India. Observe docking reservation protocols. Submit a request before landing.
Frameshift drive charging.
And you'll find that video. It's quite interesting. I think you'll like it. It's a big fireball right in front of me. Since when you have 2,100 hours in the game, you see all kinds of stuff. And I have an elite status in trade and explorer, and I have competent, 17% here and 18% in my live. Reason there's a difference because Frontier took a snapshot on March the 26th for the beta, and I gained an extra percentage since then. Skimmer and stinger hunting. So in the search put skimmer hunting, and we roam around the planet in an SRV, and we search out skimmers, and we find cover, and we blow them to smithereens. And they give us combat ranking, and it's very low risk, and as long as you have cover. Now, I did get attacked one time by a support ship, and I am no match for a support ship and an SRV, so I said, forget that. I exited. I said, I'm not in this thing to get killed. I haven't been killed in 8 months, and I don't intend to get killed anytime soon. So, nope, I don't do that. If the threat gets too much, I'm out of there. I don't play this game for the threats. I like the exploring and the trading and the scenery. So that's the way you should play too, is what are you most comfortable with? That's the way you should play. Sis left. That's what I preach all the time. You should enjoy the game. That the way you're the most comfortable enjoying the game. I think I need to come around a little bit. I like things beside me and in front of me, not right behind me. Try to minimize interdictions. That doesn't mean we're always successful, but we try. And our fleet carrier is coming up here too. Sothis Mining is up here, but our fleet carrier is going to orbit this planet right next to Sothis Mining. And I'm excited about that. That's where I wanted it. I want it right here, because it's my home base. And if we get space legs someday and get to run around inside the fleet carrier, and hopefully I have a really nice house inside that fleet carrier. I don't need that many hangars anyway. We can turn those into a home. Now Now again, pirates have superpowers, and they can pop in right behind us out of thin space. It doesn't have to make sense. So they're pirates. Sis left.
Docking request granted.
And this planet, our fleet carrier is about to show up, and it'll orbit the planet. So we're fixing to meet with it. We're going to see if there's any tritium missions available. If there is, we'll accept those, but we're probably going to go ahead and load up on tritium and meet with the ship as soon as it gets here. Check out the last video when we watched it depart in the cloud of thunder and
Docking
lightning.
successful. Engines
That was
disengaged.
pretty neat. I need to transfer a little more money over to the credits over to the fleet carrier. I call it a ship sometimes, which is fine. It's whatever I want to call it. So it's a ship. It's a mega ship. But that's what's so great. When you buy one, it's your mega ship. It is so big. I always talked about my cutter about it's so big. And if you put 10 of them end to end, it's the size of the fleet carrier. It's crazy how big that thing is. And I have flown around it and all kinds of stuff. Because I'm so impressed. Oh, look at what we got. The Babbage. We'll accept it. We're not loading it yet. I'd like to have a whole lot more of those. Because over the next 12 days, I would turn them in and collect the bounty rewards. A lot of cobalt. I like the color on my ships, but they don't pay enough. Let's see what tritium is running. And let's see how far the ship is away. Is this right? It is 15 minutes away. Let's go ahead and load up.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
$15, so it'll be about, what is the time, my time? 10:18, around 10:30 is when it's going to show up. Okay, let's see where the fleet carrier's at. Is this right? Is this right? Two minutes and 38 seconds. So we're just waiting on the fleet carrier. I like it. Yep, I like it a lot. I'm looking forward to June, where I can just start working with it on a full-time basis, because everything I've done so far, I lose all of it because it's just beta. What you upgrade in beta stays in beta, doesn't go to live. And I want to add the armory too. Yeah, it's going to bump up my 34 to 45, but and that's per week, 45 million a week. But these cargo runs we've been doing with the tritium, one of those would close to all the costs for a week. And I'm not going to be moving it every day. Let's see where we're going to be. Leave in 50 seconds. After the jump, it'll be 785. So we'll have some left over when we get it up to 1,000 units. But be sure to look to the bottom of the video to the right and press that subscribe button. It'll help me greatly. It doesn't cost you anything. And you'll be notified when future videos are produced. Underneath the video, in the description, you'll see options for donating. Please consider donating to the cause of creating all these videos. Underneath the video, to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel page, GFM_RDG, and you'll find those 500 videos, 500 plus videos. It says cooldown time, so it's supposed to be here. Let's see if we can find our fleet carrier. Sys left. Sys left. There's our fleet carrier. Right there. Let's go say hello to our fleet carrier. It says it's kind of behind us.
Incoming message.
It's in 6.72 million meters. That's pretty close.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged. Frameshift drive charging.
And we have to immediately slow down.
Ready to engage.
As soon as we get into Super Cruise, we have to slow down,
2, 1, engage.
or we'll outrun it really fast. There she is. Sys left. See, I like it because it's not next to the sun. That's what I didn't like before. It was too close to the sun. And it's right here, right out the door of Sothis Mining. And it sends us like 13 kilometers.
Welcome, Commander. Communications are open if you require docking access.
And it's probably about 8 kilometers where the speeding comes in. I shouldn't speed next to my own fleet carrier. Sys left.
Docking request accepted. You are welcome to approach, Commander.
really like it being this close to Sothis Mining. I really, really, really like it that it's this close. It excites me that it's this close.
Landing gear
I
deployed.
need to check the maintenance too, because it's jumped 3 times and I have forgotten to check the maintenance. So we need to check that maintenance. And that passed, and we're home. We're at our home. Isn't that cool?
Docking successful. Engines shutting down. Hello, Commander. How may we assist you?
Okay, we have 1,000 in there, and what I have heard, sys right. Sys right. See if this works. Well, that's certainly not it. Transfer. Transfer all to carrier. And you can transfer all to ship. So we have 65 units in the ship. Isn't that cool? I like that. That worked out really good. Yep, that worked out really good. I like that. I like that a lot. Carrier services. Maximum. Management. Summary. Markets. Use space. 65 units. And I need to transfer some money. $283. Commodities trading. Manage market. And you can set a sell and buy price. Isn't that wild? Carrier services, armory. The carrier must be in carrier administration system. We got to go back to that Blanty or something like that to add the armory. Well, that's not good. Settings. So where do we do maintenance? Advanced maintenance. Cockpit, ship's integrity, repair all. Refuel, fuel capacity, limpets, facility not installed, restock, facility not installed. Yeah, we'll have to external repairs, internal repairs, structural repairs. Yeah, at some point we have to get back over to Blanty to turn that armory on. Well, okay. Well, I appreciate you coming along and keeping me company on this fleet carrier video. So please look down the page to the right where that subscribe button is, and please press that. Doesn't cost you anything, helps me out with YouTube in the future. And you'll be notified when I put out new videos. And underneath the video in the description there's options to donate. Please consider donations. And underneath the video to the left you'll see my YouTube channel page, GFM_RDG, where you'll find over 500 additional videos to watch. And be sure to watch for my next videos, and I'd really appreciate it. So until next time, thank you for watching.